So I think for the most part, all of us had this realization at some point in our lives that we're going to die, right? And usually when you get that first realization, you see death as very depressing. You see it like, whoa, like, one of these days, my parents are not going to be here. One of these days, I'm not going to be here. One of these days, my family, my friends are not going to be here. I think I even had a point for like where a whole week or 2 weeks, like I was just kind of depressed just because that thought kept coming up in my mind. And really as a 8, 10, 12-year-old kid, that can linger in your mind for quite a while. But the funny thing is that now that I'm an adult and I've gone through a lot of experiences, and I would say that I've gone through more experiences than most 26 years old would have at this point, mainly because straight out of high school, I started a business. And so I've had the up and downs. I had the times where I didn't really know where my next paycheck was going to come from, stuff like that. And so I've kind of learned to mature myself a lot more compared to other teenagers and young adults through their life. And the funny thing is that now that I'm an adult, I actually see death as an opportunity. And what I mean by that is that every day that we wake up and we're alive, that is a blessing. We literally were just given an opportunity to have another chance at life, right? Whatever it is you want to do today, you have another opportunity to do it. And there's a lot of things in life that we can take for granted, but life itself, you should never take for granted. Today, you were given the opportunity to live while that same opportunity was taken away from someone else, literally every day. This happens on a daily basis. There are people today that did not wake up. Sometimes you have to put things into these perspectives in order to really realize how powerful living can be. Every single person, right, has problems. Every single person is going through something. They lost something, they lost someone, they failed at an opportunity, they failed at life. Like, there's always something, right? And so when you wake up, you have the choice of thinking of all these bad things that have been happening to you or where you're at in life or whatever it is, all this negative stuff. You can either choose to think about that and empower that feeling, which will end up consuming you and just putting you back in a cycle of negativity. Or you can focus on the fact that you were just given another opportunity and you can literally change your circumstances by doing things today. And so on a personal level, I've had multiple phases of my life where the concept of death has actually empowered me to live a better life. And here are some ways that you can change your perspective on death that helped me. It's going to happen inevitably. We all have a due date. It's a guarantee in life. That's the only thing that's guaranteed in life, is that we're going to die. Now that it's actually processing in your mind, what are you going to do about it? You can't change the outcome that you're going to die. But what you can do is you can control what kind of life you live before you die. From now until death, you have choices you can make every single day on changing your behaviors, your habits, becoming a better person. Literally every single day that you're alive, you can make the choice of changing those things by taking action, improving yourself. And then to add on top of that, death is not an exact due date either, right? We don't know the exact age, time, day, whatever of when we're going to die. So on a micro level, we're not even guaranteed tomorrow. And so now you have to put that into perspective. So anything that you're holding off in terms of like, I'll do that tomorrow, I'll start tomorrow, I'll make amends with that family member tomorrow, I'll try out this new idea tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. So all of those things that you've been putting off, you have to do today. So here's exactly how death can inspire you and empower you. Think of something that you haven't done, that you've been scared of doing, that you've been putting off because of whatever reason, right? It could be you're scared of failure, you're scared to even try, like whatever it is, right? You're scared of what other people might think about you. Like there's a lot of things that are always going to be in our minds holding us back from doing what we're supposed to be doing. So that's a given, right? That's going to happen to everybody because we're humans. First, you have to acknowledge that you're scared of something, and that is the reason why you're not doing it. But you know that you're going to die, yet you're not scared every day about it. You have to think critically on what it is that you're scared of, right? And it could be that you're scared because of what someone else might think about you, or because of failure, or whatever it is, right? A lot of us are scared to start YouTube. A lot of us are scared to do videos because we're scared of what other people might think about us. And the way to turn it around is just think about the fact that we're going to die. And so why do I care about what these people think? They're not going to die in my grave. When I die, I'm going to be alone. It's going to be my own tombstone. No one else will be there except for me. So why am I going to let these people, these fears, stop me from doing what I want to do? And this is exactly what I do anytime I'm scared of doing something, and I'm fearful of what other people think about me. If I do this, if I fail, all of this. So it's almost like you're writing a book, right? When you start writing your book, you have the past chapters, everything that happened in your life before you, and then you have the current page that you're on now. And so what's currently being written is what you're doing today. Every single decision you're making today is being written literally word by word as you go. And then that thing that's about to stop you from doing something, all you have to look is turn the book around It says the end. So between that page you're on right now to the end, you choose what's going to go in between those pages. And do you want those last couple of pages being all about regrets, all about wasted potential? Or do you literally want the rest of the book and all of the chapters in your life to be every single thing that you did in life, that you tried, that you failed at, that you this, but you're happy because you at least did it? You are literally in charge of writing your own book, and every day is another page, and you can write and make up whatever story you want on that page by doing things today. So these concepts are exactly why death should be so powerful to you, why you shouldn't even be fearing death. Death should inspire you, death should empower you, death should be the reason why you're able to live better. Because once you don't fear death and you realize that it's going to happen, now it's time to make the most out of it, then you start doing things differently. You start taking massive action. You start realizing, I don't care what anybody else thinks. I'm going to do what I want to do because this is my book. That is my tombstone. And I'm ultimately going to die by myself, no one else next to me. No matter what happens, if people mock me, they make fun of me, if I fail, if I make mistakes, if I do this, if I do that, none of those things matter because now you are in control of your life. You can do whatever the hell you want to do. And the last thing I want to add to this is that most of us tend to put a blanket over our problems, meaning we hide them. We tend to not look that way. But it doesn't solve the problem, right? So when you actually put the problem right in front of you and you actually have to stare at it straight in the face and you can't go anywhere until you solve it, you're not just going to stay there. You're literally going to figure out a way because you're forcing yourself to fix that problem. This is exactly how you can apply this to death. You can literally put death right in front of you and just say, what are you going to do about it? And if you apply these perspectives into a lot of aspects of your life, from business to personal, you'll start seeing how powerful it is and how quickly you can change and how quickly you can do things and take action just by putting things into those perspectives. So hopefully some of you find value in this video and actually apply some of the things that I'm talking about. And the reason I'm making these videos is to sell you one thing and one thing only, and that is the belief that you can better yourself every day by watching content like this and then applying it to your life the same day. That's gonna be it for today's video. I'll see you guys on the next one.